Joining me now live is a Republican senator who has been quite skeptical of the mission. He is Senator Rand Paul from the great state of Kentucky. Senator, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know, you heard Caroline Leavitt there say it's going better than expected. The Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, said flatly, we are winning. Where do you believe they are getting this wrong?
Well, you know, I think there are two questions. One question is, how do you go to war lawfully or legally or constitutionally? They had a big debate during the Constitutional Convention. Our founding fathers came together. And interestingly, from Hamilton on one extreme to Jefferson on the other, they all agreed that the power to declare war or initiate war should originate from Congress. In fact, it was Madison who said that the executive branch is most prone to war. Therefore, the Constitution, with studied care, vested that power in Congress. So I object to how we go to war if we don't do it the proper way. Okay. But then the second question is it in our national interest to go to war? Is there a benefit that the country needs? Are we imminently going to be attacked? And I don't see any imminent nature of being attacked or an imminent nature, an imminent sense that it is in our best interest to be at war in the Middle East.
Okay, on that point, you said today there's no evidence that Iran was close to building nuclear bombs. CBS's Margaret Brennan is one of many journalists right now agreeing with you, but people are pointing out that Brennan seemed to say the opposite in the 2024 vice presidential debate about the threat from Iran. Let's watch that and I'll give you a chance to respond.
Iran is weakened, but the U.S. still considers it the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world, and it has drastically reduced the time it would take to develop a nuclear weapon. It is down now to 1 or 2 weeks' time.
The United States did not see intelligence that the Supreme Leader had ordered weaponization.
That's irrelevant. I think that question being asked in the media, that's an irrelevant question.
No,
they have
that
everything
is the
they need
key
to build a
point
weapon.
in U.S. intelligence assessments. You know that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
No, it's
that
not.
The political decision had not been made.
I know that better than you know that, and I know that that's not the case.
But I'm asking you whether the order was given.
And the people who say that, it doesn't matter if the order was given. They have everything they need to build nuclear weapons. Why would you bury things in a mountain, 300 feet under the ground?
So how do you answer that question? Why would they be burying this? And Margaret Brennan herself in 2024 said Iran's 1 or 2 weeks away from getting nuclear weapons. They told Steve Witkoff a few weeks ago they were about to get 11 of them, Senator. Isn't that a threat to America?
Well, the Trump administration told us last summer they obliterated their nuclear weapons. They destroyed them. And so I asked at the time, is this true? I asked, what will happen? Will Iran come chastened with their tail between their legs and say, hey, we're sorry, we're no longer going to enrich uranium, or will they rush headlong towards a bomb? And I said that it was an unknown. I think it's still an unknown. I've seen no intelligence information to say, oh, yes, they were putting the final screws on the nuclear weapon that they were about to launch. No evidence of that. Our intelligence agencies have not produced anything that things have changed. If anything, they would be struggling to restart their enrichment program, and I don't think there's an evidence that there was any sort of imminence. I can tell you that officials in Israel and officials in the United States have been saying for 25 years, they're within a week, another week, and we'll be doomed. We're doomed, and we have to do something. And I think a lot of that has been scare tactics to get us to get involved. People want us to, you know, there are many people who benefit. They benefit financially. They benefit in many ways by having us fight this war for them. I see these expatriates over here, some of them that want to go back and rule Iran. They're saying we have to have American GIs on the ground. We got to have the Americans do it. And it's like, you go back.